Well, today it's time for the market update. Today is Tuesday, the 17th of August, and let's just run through the numbers real quickly. We're going to talk about what happened yesterday, what we're seeing for the day, and any potential additional breakouts or key levels that we're seeing we might want to play off of in addition to the BTX method. First things first, we did have some news this morning. We'll pop over here. We had some news already this morning. So in the early hours, we're seeing some fluctuations in price, seeing some things bounce around following the retail sales and core retail sales reports that came out below what the forecast was. Later today, Mr. Powell is speaking, and that could certainly be a catalyst here in the marketplace. As a matter of fact, it could be a catalyst, and let's just leave it at that. It could be a catalyst in the marketplace. Let's not try to front run anything, because if we start guessing or giving any kind of our personal take on what might come out of that, it creates a situation where we often try to even if we're not intending to, our subconscious starts looking for ways to support whatever bias we put on what could come from that news. So better to have, as I've always said, a quantifiable reason for doing what you're doing. So let's just watch the market, see what's going on. Although I would say with Mr. Powell's speech coming up, definitely as we get closer and closer to that, if we don't get some good market momentum right on the morning, right on the open, things may go kind of flat leading up to when he starts speaking. And at that point, really you want to just keep your hand off the button and wait for that to complete, and wait for a whole new session tomorrow to come in and digest what was said this afternoon. The market's going to react to that, or could potentially react to that, and then we just want to follow the market. I've always said before, the market's that big freight train that's going. We want to jump on and go for a ride. We don't want to try to guess if the train's going to stop and reverse or do anything else. So don't read anything into what's happening or what might happen, because those biases create they create biases in the market, and often causes us to deviate from the plan, because we look for anything that happens in the market. Our subconscious is going to find a way to support whatever bias that was, because we don't want to prove ourselves wrong. It's a whole internal mental tug that's going against everything. So anyway, what's going on for the day? So we talked about the news, what's happening over here. Yesterday, starting with the ES, the S&P over here, we talked about 4440 as being a key level. I said if we started pushing back down towards that, if it broke and closed below it, maybe we didn't want to trade. It could be a signal that things were rolling over. It certainly proved me wrong there, man. It rolled through 4440, pushed on down, down here to a low of 4432, and then just had this face melting rally straight back up. So sorry, got this cat coming in trying to talk to me here. Now, sorry about that. Just real quickly need to close my door and shoo the cat out. For some reason, that cat does not like it when I talk. He always comes in here and starts meowing when I'm talking. Anyway, had that big face melting rally today. We're coming back in. We're back into a long bias coming into this morning. We're looking for long trading opportunities. The 30-minute bias is long, the 4-hour bias is long. So we'd be looking for long trading opportunities. We'd like to see the market make lower highs and lower lows once the live trading session opens. And then we'd like to see it snap back in the direction of that current market trend in order to give us that signal to get in. Of course, if it stays down, it's very possible that our moving averages will cross, and that would just keep us out of the market altogether. So, which is a good thing leading up to, as I said, leading up to Mr. Powell speaking. If we don't get something in the first hour of the session, I would say just sit on your hands and let the market play out, right? So anyway, for right now, we're looking for long trading opportunities, which is the lower high, lower low, and then a breakout back in the direction of that current market trend, as long as the moving averages on the 30-minute here, stay in the long bias. If this crosses over, then obviously it invalidates the signal, tells us we've got a mixed market, and we just wait. We wait for the market to pick a direction at that point. What's happening on crude? Crude, we still have a short bias. 4-hour bias is short, 30-minute bias is short. Yesterday we said in the morning, we're looking for the market to push up and then break back down in the direction of that current market bias, and it did. We had a very, very small risk here, just a little over 250 on risk, and it pushed straight down into a profit point down here that was a little over $600 in profit, and it's continuing to move lower. So today, again, same process. We're in a short bias, so we'd like to see the market push higher, and then we'll play a breakout back in the direction of that current market trend if it does do that, if it does push back down. So we want to see higher lows and higher highs here in crude over the course of the morning, just like it did yesterday. Push up, push up, push up, and then we'll follow our entry point at the bottom of those previously closed candles. And if it does break back down in the direction of that current market trend, we'll be in. All right. Gold is a mixed bias still, and honestly, we're coming up here towards this 1800. 1800 could be a big psychological level for us. We're not going to play it simply because we don't have any real clear direction of what's going on here. We have a long bias on the 4-hour. A long bias on the 30-minute and a short bias on the 4-hour. So, and we don't have any clear channels. It's just been pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. So until we get a clear channel established where it stays, within a few points over the course of a couple of days, we'll look for breakouts there. But right now, we're just going to simply sit on our hands and again, wait for everything to come into agreement and then trade once we have an agreed upon market bias. So the only ones we're really watching today would be the S&P. We're going to look for a long trading opportunity, and crude, where we'll look for a short trading opportunity. Beyond that, we don't have any other trades to really talk about. All right, so that's it for the morning. That gets us going for today. We'll come back tomorrow, see what happens. Again, I can't stress enough, as we get closer and closer to Mr. Powell speaking, I feel like the markets could flatten out, and probably better if you don't have a trade opportunity in the first hour, maximum hour and a half of the day. Sit on your hands, wait for that to occur, let it finish out the day, see how the market digests whatever is said, and then we'll come back in tomorrow and we'll take action from there. We do have a live class tomorrow, so for those that are members in the BTX process, we will be doing a live class tomorrow and going through, in a live situation, a lot of the modules that we have in that Quick Start members area. All right.